So, I've got a short little video for you today because I've got work to do. Work, and some family stuff. I have Labor Day plans with my family, and I've got work to do at my part time job at the book warehouse, and I've got some work to do finishing my fantasy series, which I'm actually feeling pretty good about, all things considered. So yeah, I'm going to share with you a little story today about, well, about a beloved author who I just do not like anymore, and the reason why that is. I'm going to share with you the story of my first time reading Writing Popular Fiction by Dean Koontz. I know, I know, but hear me out. I did not know much about Dean Koontz a few years ago. I hadn't read much of him yet. I really wasn't sure what to think, but I wanted to improve myself as a writer, and I'd heard that writing popular fiction was a pretty good classic manual for learning and expanding one's knowledge as a writer. I had a lot of respect, I guess, for Dean Koontz. I knew he was very popular and well loved, and starting off, he seemed to know what he was talking about. It was all right, a bit dry perhaps, and he's obviously geared a bit more towards writing like thrillers and more, shall we say, formulaic fiction. Um, but then we reach this section where he's talking about fantasy and about dark fiction and about monsters and ghosts and such. And he's talking about how your personal monster should be in a story. He's talking about how you learn about different monsters by reading about them, reading stories about them, which is a good idea. That's a good way of getting information, doing research and the like. But one of his examples is having read Stoker's Dracula, you will know that vampires avoid sunlight because it can kill them. And he says that and that vampires are otherwise immortal unless you drive a wooden stake into their heart, uh, which is not true. Having read Bram Stoker's Dracula myself, I remember quite vividly how Dracula can wander around in the daylight because it most assuredly does not kill him. It just deprives him of some of his powers. And a wooden stake through the heart does not kill Dracula. It only paralyzes him, immobilizes him. It's a beheading that properly kills him. Uh, so not only did Dean Koontz sort of lie about having read Dracula, otherwise he most assuredly would have known those things, um, but he proceeded to act somewhat kind of smug about it. He's saying, having read Dracula, you must certainly know that. And then he goes on to say things that are untrue. How that escaped his editors is beyond me, in all honesty. Um, but I mean, he also didn't even do any research himself to know what he was lying about. I didn't understand what I'd read, and I'd rather not believe that he lied. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it could be saying something about his intelligence, or if you like him, that's fine. But I certainly have my doubts, and I'm just like, I'm sure there was some good advice left in that book, but I was just so flabbergasted after having read that line that I shut the book and I walked away, and I still haven't gone back years later. So there's that. Um yeah, bye.